What is up, y'all? Okay, Arc Knight here. Arc Knight Engineer. Either way, I'm so sorry because I was actually going to post the initial build of this island on here, and I can't even really give any blueprints for it because the top itself came from a coworker who was tearing down his house. But I will tell you guys more about the actual island itself and the top that was used in the next video that I post, which is also going to be today, probably within the next couple of hours. But for right now, we're actually going to stop, take a minute, take off my most improper PPE because, we're not here for that. We're here to actually talk about something else that I'm doing to the island. What I'm doing is I'm putting a shelf on it, right? The only thing that I am here to talk about, though, other than the shelf, is the fact that no matter how many videos I have seen here on the UbiTube, yeah, I'm talking to you. No matter how many videos I've seen here, I have not seen one explaining sanding. The only ones that I've seen, they tell you the same old thing. Keep it moving. Eventually you get a nice finish. You gotta feel it. But what they don't tell you is the one thing that most people, like myself, I'm not saying everybody is like me, but most people that learn how to do something, they learn it visually. Okay? Twinkle fingers. We all learn it visually. Now, me, myself, I am not a professional carpenter. What I am is a professional mechanical engineer. I take things that come into my brain or ideas that people give me, and they turn them into a reality. Somebody tells me that can't be done, I'll prove you wrong. But either way, we're not going to get into that whole thing. Instead, we're going to explain a little bit about sanding. Alright, so the one thing about sanding, and as you can see, is this 2x2, or more commonly referred to in every bit of builder field, 1.5 by 1.5. And it's all construction grade lumber that I'm using on the bottom portion of this, not the top. The top is not construction grade. I know what it's made out of, but it's not construction grade. But either way, this is construction grade lumber. I'm using a sander that even tells you I'm not a professional. I am 100%, I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars on a tool that I'm probably going to get a lot of life out of and a lot of use out of. Instead, I'm going to tell you about the fact that I don't care how much it costs, it does the job. I bought this for $16, probably 8-9 years ago. Hyper Tough Craptacular at Walmart, right? Standard, straightforward palm sander. I'm using 150 grit sandpaper. I'm not going for an extra fine finish, just a smooth finish. Because my wife's kind of accidental and I'm kind of stupid. Don't say anything. But either way, here's a piece of lumber that I'm currently sanding on. I'm finally on the last section of it. As you can tell, that has not been sanded at all. Whereas that has. It's got that nice white hue finish to it. That means it's been sanded. 150 grit sandpaper, nothing special. Now I'm going to tilt the camera downwards. Don't worry, your lumbar support's still there. No, it's not. Yes, I'm covered in sawdust. Either way, back to the initial task at hand. Okay. The piece of lumber, you can see, it's baby soft. And it's clear white in between the grains, right? But what they don't ever teach you on these sanding how-tos and everything is the fact that you can, by sight, see everything that's happening on the wood. Yes, it's kind of know-how, it's kind of idiot-proof, but it's there. And a lot of people don't know this. You would not believe how many people I've had work with me at my shop that I've had to teach sanding to. Yeah. Either way, here's your how-to. As you start to sand, you'll start to see high spots in the wood that are turning white. In between those high spots, which down here you can see, I went over it with the sander. You'll see the wood is a lot darker. You can even see my pen mark, which 150 grit sandpaper, it takes a minute, but it gives you a better quality finish at the end of it, and it is way smoother. Whereas in between, you can see all the dark spots. All those dark spots means you have not fully finished your product. It's not sanded the way that you want it. It's not smooth. It's not flat. That is smooth and flat. Every bit of it's been taken down. Even the knots. I can even show you a previous piece that I did. I even rounded the edges. Just using a piece of 150 grit sandpaper and a palm sander. I do this a lot, even at my shop. I do it with metal consistently. So, you don't have to be a pro contractor to do this kind of stuff, to be able to get this kind of finish. All you have to do is have a little bit of know-how, a little bit of guidance, and remember, if I can do it, you can do it. For just as cheap, but just as much of a professional quality. Love your faces, guys.